Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time for another wrestling review. Campo's Reviews is back. Follow him down in the description box below. And while you're there, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We are reviewing AEW, the second in the trilogy. We are reviewing AEW Summer Blockbuster. Next week we'll have the third part of the trilogy with Grand Slam Mexico. So we'll take care of that next week. But it is Grand AEW. Same idea as last week. It's a double show. It was Collision and Dynamite all filmed at the same time. There were more matches on Collision though than on Dynamite. There were only four matches on the first half.
There was surely not enough matches for 4 hours, I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
definitely. We starts off right away. We get into Will Ospreay Swerve Strickland.
Excellent match.
Yeah. The only thing is the finish. It was a time limit draw.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, after watching the whole thing, I wasn't even keeping track of that in my head, and when it happened, it actually caught me off guard because I just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was like telegraphed that it
I
was
didn't even
going
know
there.
it was a time limit. I thought it was just they didn't make mention of it at the beginning, did they?
They probably did, and I just don't pay attention.
Yeah.
But I do know that I think the plan is for them to face the Bucks
Hmm.
at All In.
Yeah. Because the Bucks at the end of the match come in. They try to super kick. They handcuff Swerve to the ring ropes, and they get the shoes with the thumbtacks on it. But Swerve Will Ospreay, just like Jesus, comes in and saves Swerve Strickland and takes a mouthful of thumbtacks. Or so we see. Like we don't know what really.
We don't know what really happened.
Yeah, they cover his face like immediately. But it was just really good. Next we get Mystico versus Blake Christian.
This was really good too.
Yeah. This was better than Mystico. I like after the match. He wins, and then the Hurt Syndicate come out. MJF is going to be facing Mystico at Grand Slam Mexico, and he still calls him a sloppy Sin Cara. For those who don't know, Mystico was really sloppy as Sin Cara in WWE.
He's the bad Sin Cara.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Like he outside of WWE, he's never been as bad as he was in WWE,
Yeah.
which is really weird because
I
he
think
was
to him,
so bad.
WWE was just a paycheck.
Maybe, but like he was so sloppy. It was actually crazy. Like he
Yeah.
fell off
He
everything.
he botched a lot.
Like he just was falling. But also they're like the only company in the world that uses regular rope, so that could be a thing.
That's true.
Um, but yeah, it was a pretty good match. I liked all like the way that it ended and stuff. I don't like how segue-ish AEW's been lately
Yeah,
with matches.
it was again, I was going to mention that. We get the Hurt Syndicate after the match trying to get a beatdown on Mystico. And next thing you know, the next match starts with the Hurt Syndicate versus Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, and Mascara Dorada, because
You
what's
said
his
that like
name?
a straight Italian.
Yeah.
Mascara dorada. It's like a
Nutella.
pasta.
But because what's his name got hurt. They unmasked him or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Goofarello.
Yeah, yeah. Goofarello. Yeah, but at least, and this was okay. Like this is more to set up the MJF match from previously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a this was I liked the match, the Blake Christian match better than this. Is it
Hmm.
Christian or Christensen?
Blake
Christian?
Christian. Yeah. But it was only
He's
4 minutes.
yeah, I know he's underrated. They need to use him more.
Yeah.
Um, they try to use him for a segment with Ricochet. I don't know if
Hmm.
that already happened.
Yeah, Ricochet. That's on the next half of the show. Ricochet does that on, and they come. Blake Christian and Lee Johnson wanna, and Ricochet's like, no, you're not good enough for me.
I thought that was the perfect possible two people for him to have.
Yeah. It gives them all a little shine.
Because it's going to end up being freaking stupid Leo Rush
Yeah,
and Mario Andretti.
that's very true. With that, our next match is Tay Mello and Anna Jay against Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford.
Okay, let's look at this from a looking at this perspective without
Hmm.
looking at what we think we're looking at. Um,
Hmm.
I was not just looking at bums for like 15 minutes. However, this
You were
match
looking
was,
at bums for 15.
yeah, but this match was a lot better than I honestly thought it was going to be.
Yeah, especially because Tay Mello's been out of action for a
Yeah, I'm
while.
not a Thai fan. I'm not.
No, we never were though.
I'm not. And Anna Jay, like, I always saw potential in her, but like she's taken a long time to get
Yeah,
there. It's been 3 years and she's only slightly progressed.
yeah.
Penelope Ford is proving to be very useful. Like she can just do what you need someone to do to get through a match.
I think Julia Hart has kind of surpassed um Anna Jay in terms
Yeah,
of
Julia
like,
Hart is way better. Sky Blue is probably better than all of those girls.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's Megan Bain is very good.
yeah. But Tay J go over. Apparently, this talks about changing Tay Mello's name to capitalize on her marriage to Sammy, and they want to call her Guevara.
Maybe they should change your name to Tay
Yes.
because Ty doesn't make any sense.
No.
And you have a, this whole time we've been saying Tay J. When
Ty
they
J.
announced them, they say Ty J.
Really?
Yeah, he said it like 3 times.
But it's Ty Mello, right?
Yeah, it's Ty Mello, but I'm just saying the point of having the name spelt that
Yeah.
way is because like it's Tay J,
Yeah. Alliteration.
but it's they kept saying Ty J, so I'm confused by it. But anyways, this match was better than I thought it was gonna be.
Hmm.
Like obviously it was not like anything special.
Yeah. And this was the final match on Dynamite. And then, but
Dynamite had a lot of cutscenes.
yes, so there was about 40 minutes of wrestling in the 2 hour segment.
Well, we
But
got. Yeah, we'll tell them what happens next.
so we get this excellent, excellent video package recapping Omega and Okada in New Japan.
The only thing I didn't like about it was it felt like this was a package that New Japan did, and then they just auto translated it to English. Like the way the guy was saying the words was
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like they just use
trans.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, like translate this from Japanese for me. So it was like a direct translation. He's like, fighting
Yeah,
good, happy time.
yeah, it's
Like
true. But we get that. We get
like a pro wrestling Noah name of one of their pay-per-views.
oh,
Super happy fun time.
we did not talk about earlier that Don Callis is trying to recruit Okada
Yeah, I think yeah. Okay.
because this pays off now because you get the contract signing between Okada and Kenny Omega. They each relinquish their belt to get the brand new unified championship. Couldn't they have thought of a better name? The belt
Yes,
design is nice. I like it, but
it's fine. I like the international belt so much better that I don't know why we're doing this.
yeah,
Um, I guess whatever you immortalize Okada and Kenny on the side panels, and I
yeah,
don't know. I just that's a really bad name for a belt.
yeah.
They should have just kept it being the international belt.
I because they can't use Intercontinental
Well, obviously, but
because WWE has it trademarked.
just call it like the WW dot. I don't. Yeah, it's
The
whatever.
Continental International Championship.
Yeah, there you go.
But what was it called before the Earth formed? Was it Pangea?
Yeah, call it the Pangea belt.
That's it, the Pangea belt.
I don't know. Yeah, okay. And then it's a
Yeah,
pretty good little. There's a package. There's a
yeah,
belt. We're happy. We're getting a little excited. They do a little like they're upset with each other. There's
yeah. We got a little
kind of a
stare
fighting a
down.
little bit.
Kenny tries to shake Okada's hand, and that's where all the shenanigans happen.
A lot of shenanigan,
Hmm.
extendo pole, Kenny
Yeah,
Omega fake blood from the mouth. It
yep,
made it feel like I was watching 2008 TNA and I didn't like it.
yeah. It looked too phony.
It went way too far. Once they already had knocked him down, they should have just left. I don't know why
Yeah.
they drug that out for another 5 minutes of beating for no
So
reason.
it does look like Okada is joining the Callis family.
I have a feeling that they're gonna pull Takeshita out of them.
Takeshita is going to rejoin Kenny.
Yeah. No, I don't know if he's gonna rejoin Kenny. I feel like or they're doing this so that during All In there can be a run out from like Kota Ibushi
Okay.
or something like that, right? Maybe this is when you have uh some kind of rekindling of stuff and the Good Brothers come out with Chase Owens
Yeah.
and
Yeah, because
Kota
we haven't seen
Ibushi.
that's the one place we haven't seen the Good Brothers yet.
You have Kota Ibushi come out. You have Kenny and Hangman make up, and then you form the OG Bullet Club with Kenny, Hangman, those guys,
Yeah.
and then you have the Bang Bang Gang doing their thing with, and then you have
And then Finn
the
Balor
War
joins.
Dogs, like you have, and then you have the
Yeah.
Elite. Now you have a four-way like little
Yeah.
battle you can have between Bullet Club factions.
Yeah. I like that idea.
I'm just saying I don't think that's for sure, but there has
No,
to be
but that's a
something to
good
do with
idea.
that. It has to
We can
be.
book better than they can. So with
Also, Takeshita's gonna go off TV for a while because he's gonna be in the G1.
yes, which they haven't, they're announcing that the G1 tomorrow. As of this, we're recording this on Saturday, and the G1 announcement's going to happen at Dominion on Sunday. So
Which I'm not watching till tomorrow night, so nobody spoil it.
no, and we're not recording it till next week. So tune in next week for that. So, but
Zangs.
we get it goes off the air, and then we get Anthony Bowens comes out to face Kyle Fletcher in the opening match of Collision.
A way better match than I thought it was gonna be. I really just wanted to turn this off at this point.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm like 2.5 hours in, and this is only the fifth match.
Yeah, and like I don't want to watch Anthony Bowens versus Kyle Fletcher. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
It's not like we're watching a pay-per-view and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch
it's
all
a
these
typical
matches.
it's a typical Collision match.
But it was
Like,
actually pretty good.
yeah, like don't get me wrong, they're good matches. It's just I have no interest in this.
Yeah, no, I get it. But it ended up being worth watching,
Yeah.
so I wasn't like upset by it.
So with that, our next match, Monet comes out with all the belts. She's challenging for another belt. Which
Yeah,
belt?
she already won a belt. She won the Austrian World Championship or whatever from
No,
their
but
biggest
she's
company.
going for another one, I
Yeah,
think
let her
next
keep
week.
going. Just let her go. Mexico CMLL Women's
Oh, yeah, that's
Championship.
right. She's facing Zuxis. That's right.
You zook on these balls.
That was Stephanie Vacura's ex-partner when they were tag team champs.
Yeah, which we'll talk about a whole bunch of shit in
Yeah.
Worlds Collide. However,
Hmm.
this match is between Tony Storm and
Julia Hart.
Julia Hart, and once
We get a
again, it
pre-match
was
beatdown.
pre-match beatdown. Shout out to Sky Blue for being hot, and shout out to Kyle Fletcher for dating Sky Blue.
Mm,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
Um, this match was way better than I wanted it. Like I forgot that I really like Julia Hart,
Hmm.
and like I've been kind of like I don't want to watch any of these matches since she's been back because we've been spoiled with women's wrestling lately.
Yeah.
But like she's actually gotten a lot better, and working with Tony Storm, she's really keeping up, and I thought it was a good match.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like, once again, is that awkward post-match. I'm a lesbian, but I'm going to beat you up. And I don't know. I felt uncomfortable with that. It
I mean, I
didn't
don't feel
need,
uncomfortable by it. I
okay,
just don't know why.
it didn't need it. Why are
I
you
don't know
pushing
why.
that? Yeah. Like, it doesn't, the feud doesn't need it.
Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe. That's, what's her name? What's her new name? That's her new name, right? Mariah May?
And I'm just gonna say this now, since we're already here.
Hmm.
All of her vignettes are Sabrina Carpenter music videos, and I don't even
Yes,
know if she knows that they're writing her into those. And number two, it's literally a ripoff of Tony Storm. Like we didn't want it to be, but it actually is.
it is. Yeah. That's exactly it. But technically, Tony Storm is kind of a ripoff of Glamorous Mariah May from Stardom.
Glamorous Mariah May from Stardom was just a blonde girl.
That's true. Eh. But Tony Storm wins. We get a weird, awkward kissing, but then a smack angle with Monet, and it's like some whispering sweet nothings in her ear. And
It better be a good match.
yeah, I have a match. I have a feeling this match might shit the bed.
Adult AEW getting themselves into that hole of the month when they don't have a pay-per-view, and we gotta wait for one, and it's this one is your biggest one, and it better
Yeah,
be good.
they got to knock all in out of the park. The Hangman versus Mox match should be good.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. The
It's the
conglomerate.
most important. It's if he wins the belt,
It's the
it's
most important
it's
win.
the most important win ever in AEW so far, in terms of building up someone for the crowd to get behind.
Yeah.
It's by far the most
Now are
important.
Big Bill and what's his name baby faces now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Conglomeration. Mark Briscoe, Tomohiro Ishii, and Willow Nightingale. I forgot the conglomeration is still a thing.
They're not.
But they
That's
still
the
refer
messed
to,
up part.
yeah, they refer
They
to
say
it.
at the beginning, they're like for the former members of the conglomeration or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, keep a faction together, Tony Khan, you freaking douchebag.
Versus MXM Collection, Mansoor and Mace against Antaya Valkyrie. So
It
it's
was
we got
kind of good. Like, I don't want it to be good, but it was kind of good.
yeah. Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't
It
yeah.
was kind of good.
Yeah. Why is Johnny TV's not wrestling no more? He's hurt for a
I
while
don't know,
or
but that's a great faction. Johnny TV, her, and MXM is a great faction.
yeah. Because literally MXM is almost a ripoff of Miz and Morrison, or was it Miz and Morrison, or was
Well,
it
they're a ripoff of them. They're a ripoff of a combination of Miz and Morrison,
and the
and
other one?
also
Was
the
it Joey
Maximum
Mercury?
Male Models.
No, but Joey Mercury and John Morrison. Remember M2M with Melina?
Yeah, there you go. So you just named three teams. I know they Maximum Male Models kind
Yeah.
of was them, but like it's just those three things.
Yeah. But like you said, it was good. It was fine. Conglomeration do get the win. I'm just tired of Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, I'm just every match is the same match,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're Kyle Fletchering me right now, and it's no disrespect because I think both of them are great.
Yeah.
Listen, Mark Briscoe is the Jey Uso of
Yeah.
AEW. You
Which
know,
who lost the belt? And the reason why
great,
they
great tag team. Like that was his specialty. You made him a solo guy. Everyone got behind it. The run didn't work out how you thought it was, but the difference is you gave Mark Briscoe a belt that meant way more legacy wise, and also isn't
yeah.
as high tier as the WWE World Title. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It would be like if you let him go on a really good NXT championship run.
Yeah. But
Anyways,
yeah,
but
Jey
yeah, I
Uso
mean,
lost the belt by the way on Monday Night Raw
yeah, fuck Jey Uso.
because they want to put Gunther versus Goldberg at Saturday night's main event.
They want to put a focus on match quality over fan service.
And
And you can't.
you really think Goldberg is going to give you a better match?
No, but Gunther is going to give you a better match than Jey Uso is.
Oh yeah, if you had Jey Uso versus Goldberg, that'd be
The plan is to have Gunther go on a crazy run all summer, fighting the best people in the company and having epic matches. That's what they want to do.
yeah.
So good, I'll take it. That's my favorite
Also,
wrestler in WWE.
aren't they
So
going back to Paris or Europe and they want a European champion to be
I do whatever you want. I want to watch Gunther wrestle.
yeah.
I want to
I'm
watch
not going to
Jacob
say no to
Fatu
Gunther.
wrestle.
Pointless match. Bandito versus Beast Mortos.
Yeah, but like, were you
But at
upset
least
that you
okay, but
watched
at
it?
least like it's at least do it for the title.
I agree. But were you upset that you watched it?
No, because
So
Beast
then I don't
Mortos
want
is
to hear
great.
about it.
Yeah.
Because Beast Mortos is great, not because Bandito's. But that Bandito guy,
Yeah,
he's
that
okay.
Bandito kid, I think he has a future.
He's all right.
He's just good. But Bandito wins on that one. Then we get another Tekla match. They're burning through these Tekla matches. This match went on way too long. Tekla should have squashed Queen Aminata.
I don't think she should have squashed her, but I agree that it was too long. But it was also the the peaks of this match were very good.
Yeah.
It just had really weird moments in between. Like, how long? Do you have a time for that?
Yep. 10 minutes, 55 seconds.
It should have been 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
I think Queen Aminata is really good, and I like that they let her like really show off the ass to face move that she does, so that now they have like a Stephanie Vacour character.
They have,
like
yeah.
she's like Black Stephanie Vacour. Yay, we
Yeah.
copied. You're gonna copy Blake Monroe. We're gonna do the same thing.
Even though they had Stephanie Beckor.
Yeah, I mean Queen Aminata is pretty hot though.
Main event, Callis family, Hechicero, Josh Alexander, Konosuke Takeshita, and Lance Archer versus Daniel Garcia and Paragon, your favorite.
This is the worst match of the night for me,
Yeah.
and it's not even like
But the thing is,
that bad.
everybody on the Callis family is fantastic.
Yeah, it's not even that it's that bad. It's that I just don't want to watch this shit.
Yeah.
My main event should never be
A 10-man tag or
a
8-man
10-man tag match. I want all companies to learn this. This is such a cop-out 1990s era WWE thing to do. It was like
Hmm.
build you up all show to something great on a 4-hour fucking show. And then
Yeah.
you're going to give me a pointless 5-on-5, 4-on-4 match at the end. No, give me a tag match or give me a singles match.
It's eventually gonna lead to what's his name winning the belt off of Adam Cole.
You wanted to do this? You want to do this good? Give me a tornado rules, lucha tag. Like I don't want to watch
Yeah.
a normal tag match with 5 people on each team. You're
hmm
silly goosing me right now.
And basically it's a rematch of last week, and the Callis family end up winning this one.
Yeah, because
Hooray.
guess what the match is going to be at All In? 5-on-5, Goofarello versus Goofarello. No,
Six
I
on
hope that someone.
six
I hope it's Kyle Fletcher
versus Adam Cole.
versus Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher wins.
Yeah. That's what it has to be at this point.
And then let him win back the Ring of Honor TV title. Let him win the Mexican version of that, and then have
hmm
him be the king of TV. And then Samoa Joe gets mad and wants to have a feud with him. There you go. I
Yes.
just solved all your
There you go.
problems.
All the problems solved. I like last week's better than this week.
I think the in-ring quality was equally as good here. I would say in-ring quality, I'm giving it an
Yeah.
8 again, but the overall show was like, I would say everything else was a 7. So I'm like at a 7.5. I think I gave last week an 8.
Yeah. You gave it 7. No, you gave it an 8 last week.
Yeah. Like these are not counting on the same type of scale
Yeah.
as like that. From now on, I'm just TV specials are just
Yeah.
different. For
This
what you're
is
going to get on TV, this was a good show.
yeah. Just way too long. I don't like these 4-hour shows.
I lost my bottle cap.
I gave this a 7 too.
All right. So
So,
we're not that
um,
far off.
yeah. Quickly gonna recap. At least mercifully, next week's show, Grand Slam, is only a 2-hour show.
Yeah, but next week's show is important. Like
Yes.
they better be
Yes. So we have MJF
very
versus
nice.
Mystico,
Yeah.
Zuxis versus Mercedes Moné for the CMLL World Women's Championship,
Wait, start again. What was the first match?
MJF Mystico.
Okay. What is it for a belt?
Nope.
MJF wins. Continue.
Zuxis versus Mercedes Moné.
Mercedes Monet is gonna lose.
You think so? I think she's winning the belt. They're just gonna give her all the belts.
No, I don't think so.
No. Oh, there's your 10-man tag. Death Riders, Moxley, Claudio, Wheeler Yuta, and the Bucks against the Ops and Swerve and Will Ospreay.
I mean, that actually sounds really cute on paper. Um, the good guys win.
Okay. Another multiple Adam Cole, Atlantis Jr., Bandito, Brody King, Daniel Garcia, and Templario versus Hechicero,
6.
Josh Alexander, Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood.
0 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your
On your
soul.
soul. Mascara Dorada versus Ricochet versus Hologram versus Leo Rush.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's
And
nice.
and here's your favorite main event. Kazuchika Okada versus Mark Briscoe.
At Grand Slam Mexico.
You're getting a Japanese and an American guy headlining.
But an all AEW main event, like aren't we doing like? Oh, don't you want to have like a CMLL guy there?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. That would have made more sense.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know where they're going with these storylines.
It better just be
All,
loaded with runouts.
yeah, overbooked to the max. All In needs to absolutely kill it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Like I said, tune in next week. Next week, we will have our Dominion review and Grand Slam Mexico, I think. So, tune in tomorrow for that. Or next week, I should say, not tomorrow. Apologies. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. So, with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Go follow his stuff down in the description box below. And in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.